Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Classic Who Zone. We're here for part 3 and 4 of the Romans. I hope you're doing very well indeed, folks. Yes, obviously part 1 and 2 kind of dragged a little bit. Well, I think we all kind of made that, but looking forward to the next 2 parts. We've got our panel here, so without further ado, I'll start introducing them and we'll get this show on the road. We've got the one and only Queen Charlotte joining us tonight.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello. We got the real super doctor. Okay, we don't have the real super doctor.
Or maybe he was talking backstage.
Oh, he's gone. Silence. Well, we bring real super doctor back in a minute. We have problem being. Hello. Yeah. That's Lee. Welcome, Lee. And we got real super doctor. Hopefully.
Hey.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if he's taking the piss out of us because we could hear him. We were literally talking backstage. That's funny. I don't know. Well, listen, we do know he has problems with his internet. Oh, no, there he is. I was going to say, though, he do have problems with his internet. So, you know, John you might see him disappear and come back a few times during the stream. Hopefully not. But it's nice to have him here. As I said, we're on episode 3 and 4. Yeah, refresh, because I think there's a delay. So what I'm going to do now is, oh geez, I did have a disaster trying to find this now. Actually, I watched it in color, if you remember. Oh no, I got it in color. It wouldn't play in color, but then I found the black and white version.
Well, the first bit you watched was in color, and you found a better version.
I found a better version. I'm trying to remember. Right, he's up. Real Super Doctor is up twice, so I'm going to remove this one of him. Kick that one, and then add that one. Hello, John.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Yeah. I've just got rid of your other window, so you should be okay now.
Yeah, I'd noticed the intro was kind of a bit lagging as well, a bit.
Yeah, that happens. I've noticed that as well, but that does happen. It's. I think it could be because when I use the mic and the camera, now I'm only using the mic tonight, but when I use the mic and the camera in my computer and the titles actually lag on my end. I didn't know they lagged on other people's end, but on YouTube it seems to just work perfectly. So it's a bit weird.
I think it could be StreamYard. There could be something.
Well, here's the thing though now, right? StreamYard's become so popular, which rightly so, because I have to say, if anybody's dealt with StreamYard, because I've had to deal with them a few times, you know, I've had to actually go to them and talk to them because something wasn't right. And I will tell you that the nicest people, the admin will text you on Messenger within an hour of you sending the message. Right, but in fairness, they actually literally get in touch with you within 10, 15 minutes. They're actually quite fast. You tell them what your problem is, and then while you're there, they're texting you, and you go into your StreamYard and they help you step by step to fix it. But they are, because it's so popular and because they are, you know, actually willing to help, unlike other platforms out there, they've become very popular. So they keep adding new stuff now to it. even the package I have now, they've added extra little things when I'm showing a photograph, right? Or I want to do a slideshow, I can add music to it now and all of this other rubbish. Like, I don't want that, you know? You've got the technology nowadays. You can do a green screen where I don't actually have to have a green screen. If you could actually maybe update that technology instead of putting little things in it that we don't really need. That's the thing. They're adding stuff that we don't really need. And I'd rather add the stuff that we do need that would help us to make this experience better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but other than that, if anybody is planning on streaming and you are looking, I know look at the bigger YouTubers use OBS or whatever it is they use, but I would recommend if you're starting out to use StreamYard, even the basic package. You get 30 odd hours or something a month or something like that. It is. So it's very good. With me, the reason why I had to get the basic package, because as you can tell right now, I can talk for Ireland and so can Lee. So when me and Lee used to come on a stream, I used to literally use up those like 40 hours.
Streams. You two could do 6 hours.
That's what I mean. We used to literally use up all my time. So I just said to Cheryl, is there any chance we can buy the professional package of StreamYard? And she said she'd think about it. And then she decided she'd get it. So we renewed it. So it's already renewed and all now. So we've got it for another year now. But it's great. But even the basic package, if you can't afford to buy it, even the basic package, if you can time out your streams and end when you say you're going to end. The problem with me is I can't do that, and I never do. So that's why I got the package. But for everybody else out there that can't stick to a time frame, the basic package is good enough for you. Lee, you were going to add something before we start this episode anyway. You were going to say something there? Come on.
No.
Oh, you haven't. Okay, fair enough. Right, well, obviously we'll recap on last week. So we watched the first two episodes. A bit of a mixed bag, have to say. Is everybody looking forward to the next two?
Yeah,
I'm
enjoying
think it's
it
fun.
so far.
Yeah. Okay, well, is everybody in the chat? Sorry about that. It's like trying to get blood out of the stone to get a conversation out of Lee tonight. I wonder what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? You're normally very chatty, buddy.
Yeah.
That's your answer, and you know why he's doing it.
I know, because now I've said it. Yeah, of course.
Well, I want to play against stereotype, right? Frankly.
Okay, well then you played your stereotype there, yeah.
Not against my stereotype.
Oh, against your stereotype.
Yeah,
forced upon me.
Oh, I forced a stereotype on you, have I? Oh, forgive me, my friend.
Slur.
Forgive me. You know, I never want to force a stereotype on you or a group mentality. It's not my style. Anyway, we'll leave it there before we get ourselves into any more trouble. Right, press 1 in the chat, you delightful, beautiful, lovely people. We got 13 people. Well, 12 now. We got 12 people watching right now. Yeah, unlucky for some is 13, so stay away unless 14 or 15 people coming on. Hit that number 1 button. By the way, I will be back Monday. Well, obviously, we'll be back tomorrow for New. But Monday, I'll be out with Cheryl actually during the day because I have promised her we'll go into City Centre if she still wants to do that. When I come back, then we'll be doing the ClassicWhoZone talks on Monday. It was supposed to be Friday, but I took the night off, as you know. But there's plenty to talk about, including missing animations apparently are being held to ransom. And we're going to be talking about that. Very interesting in the Middle East. Of all places.
Yeah, it's an old rumour. It's a recycled rumour. Just bear that in mind. And of course, the same with Nigeria as well. And
Nigeria as well. We do know that there are some in Nigeria as well. But look, I think Doctor Who fans, right, especially those ones that are looking for all these to be found. You've got to remember, it's been a long, long time since we've seen this film. Now, film degrades over time, so we don't know what good quality they actually are in. They could be in very bad condition, and these people are just maybe they're trying to swindle the BBC out of a few quid. You never know.
Oh,
anyway,
they could just absolutely hate the BBC and just.
Or they could hate the BBC as an organisation, yeah, because maybe the way they've reported on their country, and they're just saying, well, we'll keep them, which is sad because, obviously, fans would like to see them, but at the end of the day, look, if that's what's going on, I don't blame it. But look, we'll leave it there. Daniel has is that Daniel? Just make sure that that's him. He will have a wrench beside his name because there's a lot of ones there. It is.
He does tend to do a lot of ones though. So
all right.
But
Daniel is basically impatient and telling us to hurry
the
F up.
one.
Right, you're right, mate. We're about to do it now. Hold on. Right, Charlotte, you know what to do. So, episode 3 is is conspiracy. So, Romans episode 3 out of 4. Go ahead there, Charlotte, please.
Yep. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
And mine doesn't start playing.
Well, I'm on DM now, so I'm probably gonna get ad breaks as well. So you'll catch up with me. Don't worry.
Oh, such a fucking shit!
See,
it really is. It's like you leave it on pause, and then if it stays on pause for too long, it doesn't play. And then
I agree.
You refresh it and you press play, it doesn't want to play. It's just like.
I know.
Pathetic.
It is.
Sort it out, BritBox.
I found recently DM isn't that bad when it comes to Classic Who. Like when it comes to finding ones that don't have tentative adverts in them.
Well, I found a good so far, and it seems to be very.
Right, what's your time stamp?
Scampy is 42 seconds in. 44. 48, 50 seconds. Tell me when you have it.
Yeah.
53 seconds.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Written by Dennis Boone.
Yes, that's the one. That's it. Right, we're all on board.
He just dunks it on his head.
So we'll just we'll say nothing just in case we feckin' jinx it, what? But guys, all you guys in the chat there, what am I at today? All you guys in the chat, do me a favour. Obviously, you have watched the first 2 parts and you are watching part 3. Let us know what your thoughts and feelings are on this story at the end, obviously. And don't forget to get your ratings in then after the very last episode. And I'll be reading out your comments on Monday. The 2 questions, these are lists that I asked you to compile while we're talking all things Doctor Who.
See this the advisor, he reminds me of somebody, the look of him. Like a modern day actor, and I just can't name it, but he does remind me of someone.
Yeah.
The sooner I do it, the better. And remember, we're only here as observers.
And she's just giving him a look of, yes, but this is you we're talking about.
Holy shit. I tell you, I've just looked at pictures of Ireland and the price of petrol gone up, and then I just had seen the price of petrol in Canada. Holy shit, man! Is there an oil crisis or something that I don't know about?
Yes. And in the U.S., you don't drive, you don't pay attention.
Oh well, typical.
By the way, for your record, the amended dosage of how many times we take them out sucks.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. You stay in here.
I'm Detective.
And he's absolutely besotted.
Oh, I think he likes her.
Good taste. Like, Barbara is a good-looking woman, especially when her hair's up like that.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
No wonder wifey gets a bit jealous.
Jealous.
Cat fight, cat fight.
She's like, I like being rich and having money and power.
Yeah, because that's the way it was back then. It was all about
Oh,
prestige,
yeah.
power, money. Your money actually was, you know, I think that's where all of this class system comes from. You know, money.
Yeah.
You had a lot of money, you know, you had a better life, basically. So,
Well, yeah, and like the
And
Romans.
lots of mistresses.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And power.
slaves
And
and-
power. Money, with money back then, you had a lot of money. You also had influence and power.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah, but also you'd end up sailing to the top, but then you'd be in more trouble because the more people you went to the top, the more likely you were to be assassinated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say quickly, they loved their money, but Rome loved to show off money. That was another thing. Like, it wasn't just the usual thing of, oh, money's good. It was...
Yeah, nothing's changed.
They like to have their big houses, to have their nice, fine clothes, to basically show off to the neighbours, look how much money I've got. So it was a lot of showboating as well.
This is bollocks, man. DM had 2 ads in a row.
See, I've not had one yet.
You need to ad blocker, mate.
This is ridiculous. Hey, you'll have to give me a timestamp. There's still a 30-second bleeding ad, 2 of them.
You need an ad blocker.
6 minutes.
Yeah, just coming up to 6 minutes.
Asshole. 6 minutes.
And this is quite Shakespearean, isn't it? This theme of the doctor being there, not knowing Barbara's there, and like they keep missing each other. The sort of trope of that.
And I think the sets are quite amazing because you can see
the
that
sets are gorgeous here.
the painted background to kind of like what they did with the Dalek City to show long corridors and all that. I mean, it really it works really well in this, especially in the black and white.
I love how the daughter's just like, "Oh, you silly man!" He's just like laughing at him. And he's like, he knows what he's doing. He knows he's chasing some woman around, and he's just like, "Oh, you silly Nero."
Actually, I think a lot of people that have got BritBox will be pretty pissed off that Forces TV now is going to be shown.
Yeah.
The Pertwee era. I mean,
Well,
I don't know what BBC is playing at. Like, I know it won't be just Pertwee. It'll be any episode, any story that had a kind of the Navy or war team, because it's a combat channel. So I've read the thing. But the thing about it is people pay for BritBox now. Those people now, like, if you're in the UK, you can watch fucking Pertwee on Forces TV now. Like, I don't know what
Doesn't she look like Doc Cotton? Right?
Oh, yes. All she needed is some rollers.
Probably is her.
No, it isn't.
No.
She's got that look about her.
But yeah, so Forces TV will be showing the Pertwee era. That's nice. And well, 4 doctors that'll be showing stories
Pertwee,
of.
Baker, Davidson, and the other Baker, Colin Baker.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, we sort of joked about this. How have certain parts of the fandom not gone after this story yet? Have they just forgotten it exists?
No, don't even remind them. You know, you've probably reminded them now.
But it's just like, And like I said, there's no nastiness in it. It's very carry on, isn't it? It's very over the top, silly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't like the carry on movies. That's how outraged they get. Like, even I, growing up as a kid, sometimes found them a bit cringe. But that was the type of comedy. It was like,
Back in those days, if you were a slave and he wanted his way with you, you really couldn't say no.
No,
That's it.
it would just
That's
happen.
it.
You would be put to death.
That's it.
Funny
And
back
wrongly so. And wrongly so. No means no.
Yeah, but
Nero.
Emperor,
Not in Roman times.
I was going to say, you didn't say no to the Emperor.
He seems to be rather busy.
And then the wife knows exactly what's happening, but she'll be trying to poison all competition anyway.
Oh yeah, she's very sort of archetype, isn't she, of wanting to kill off competition, like that sort of archetype, very much so. But then you sort of don't blame her because she's with him. And she probably hates his guts, but he's a meal ticket at the end of the day.
Don't be looking at her. It's not her fault. It's his fault. He's a dirty old little fecker.
Yes, but Barbara was tempting him.
Oh, not another. Feck off. Feck off. Feck off. I don't care. I don't care. Get away. Fucking stupid thing. Seriously, man.
Is it another advert?
Yeah, another one.
You need to get an ad blocker add-on.
No, I can't. Look.
Wonderful sword fight.
This fucking Crown book is already on its last legs. If I start adding other
No,
shit,
you did no. It's just on your browser, on your internet browser. You just add an add-on. It's this tiny program. It's like nothing.
Yeah, there's add-ons in the Opera browser. I mean, they're all built in, and you can activate them.
See, I've never used that thing yet. It keeps coming up. Is it all right? Does it easy enough to use? Because it keeps coming up and wanting me to use it.
Yeah, Opera's quite easy to use. You can actually put a VPN on as well, and you can access other parts of the internet.
Right, let's have a look at it. 'Cause I was just like, no, I don't know what you are. I'm not touching you.
It's been out for years, Opera.
I wouldn't use Opera. It's Google, isn't it? Like,
I was going to say
Firefox or Brave.
Does it have classic Doctor Who on that, John? You sent me a link there, but I couldn't find it the other day. I couldn't find it the other time. I wrote in Doctor Who, and the only one that came up was Jodie Whittaker's.
See, it's the problem is it's under the classics, just the classic Doctor Who logo. You just click on it, and it's episode 20, and it's under the invasion. This episode that we're watching right now, because there seems to be something wrong with it, because the person that's uploading them, they must have had to re-upload them, and it's all get all mixed up.
No, I think that's what's happened on that other site as well that we used to use, because they're all in the wrong places and stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they can't let you have that. Can't they not? They just,
Okay, I do love the idea that the first Doctor technically has a sauna scene.
Yeah, it doesn't trust him.
He's technically got it. I mean, he's very covered and you can't see out anything, but...
But underneath that, Hartnell's kind of skin and bones.
Oh yeah, you can, from the tiny thing you can see, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and you can see the cleverness of the Doctor. He's very much playing into his ego. He's saying what he wants to hear. So you're sort of seeing that chameleon sort of ability.
I think Vicky looks good in this. I mean, she looks nicer in dresses, and instead of all the kind of space wear that she always wears and that.
Well, I think the actress has such a almost doll-like quality about her. Like
Yeah.
the daintiness and her face, and so when you put her in a dress, she looks lovely. Anything that's
Yeah.
very feminine, because she's very pretty, and like I said, she almost has that young dollish quality about her.
Well, she actually came after Caroline Ford because they were looking for a kind of replacement to Susan, and when Susan left, Caroline Ford left in '64. They decided that they would choose like Maureen O'Brien for the part of Vicky.
No, I think she's honestly a better Susan. Like I can see the similar qualities, but
Yeah.
and she's like instantly got a connection with the Doctor, so you can't say, well, it wouldn't be the same connection. So I think the actress and Bill, I almost get a sense that they instantly clicked. They just have that quite lovely quality about each other when they're in scenes together.
Yeah, and even when Ian and Barbara had left, I mean, it was that protective over Vicky, and for the fact that he thought that she was going to leave him, and it was like they'd become a kind of team together after that, and then Peter Purvis, Stephen Taylor, come on the scene. But you can see in early on that the Doctor works well with one companion.
Yeah, when given the right companion.
Yeah.
It's like, no, love, just take it off. It's obvious what he's doing.
Well, actually, she keeps that and takes it on her adventures with her.
Well, I suppose she's a history teacher, so
She should be loving it.
Take it down to the nearest pawn shop and see how much she can pawn it with.
Yeah.
Right, timestamp. It's probably nearly over anyway.
You got
just
9 minutes left.
yeah. So 10 seconds. I can't speak today. 17 minutes, 20 seconds coming up. I love this. Like you drink it.
And he drops dead.
Okay, yeah. Right, finally. The music's very good.
Oh yeah, it's proper like epic sort of old classic movie music, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, for any Orville fans out there, so there's been a delay in the Orville. As you know, the
Yeah.
Orville was supposed to come out in March, but because there is a delay, Seth MacFarlane and his team decided to give us a sneak peek of what was to come and the new intro. And oh my god,
God, it's amazing. It's so good.
oh my god, you can tell that they've spent money on it. But I'm going to be reacting to the video, so you're going to see it on screen. And if you haven't seen this, you have to see it. I got Lee. I don't know about you, but when I was watching it, when the kid was running through the ship, did you hear the music in the background? It felt like a little bit Star Warsy, didn't it? And then you had the red and the blue laser. I thought it was a nice little, maybe it was a nice little homage
Easter
to
egg.
Easter egg, yeah.
That was great.
But yeah, it looks interesting. But I think that whole sequence, because when you see the end of it, I think it was.
I mean, it just in that one scene alone, it just blows STD out the water. It's embarrassing.
The
that
battle,
Star
the
Trek
battle
can't
in
even
it.
live
I
up
know
to a
that's what I
parody.
mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. You might as well say that this is a look. Look. Someone put up a tweet and I said, "Look, this is better than that," and with the name Trek on it now, and it is. Me and Lee have actually watched 2 of the newer Trek shows. So for anybody that, well, 3 for me. So if anybody, I think Lee is actually the same. I think he did watch a bit of Discovery. So I started off with Discovery, got 5 episodes into
I watched
season
the
1.
first 2 seasons. That was enough for me.
All right, so he
I
actually
couldn't
went
do a
further
third
than me,
one.
right?
Yeah.
So he actually went further than me. But I watched all of Picard season 1, and we did start. Me and Lee, we decided that we'd give it a go because I wanted to see how interesting it would be. We decided to do Lower Decks, but as you all know, me and Lee never finished Lower Decks. I think after the third or fourth episode, we just gave up.
Gave up.
We just gave up. We didn't even bother. Lee was actually like, when I even said to her, I thought we really want to do Lower Decks. Lee was in agreement. Yeah, let's not do it anymore. You know, what's the point of doing something if you don't like it? Do you know what I mean? But see the Orville, I'm telling you now, this season, even the actors keep bigging this up. Well, I'm telling you now, right? If that's something to go by, that little sneak peek, it's gonna be the most spectacular season that we've ever seen, and it probably is going to really show up how bad the Star Trek is at the moment. This is it's unbelievable. I was gobsmacked when I watched it. I've watched it about 15 times. I'm not lying. It's just from start, and then when the new titles come in, a Hulu original, and the way they've extended it, it looks real. Like, you know, it's brilliant. You see the little hover, not the hovercrafts. Yeah, the hovercrafts. You see the little ship.
I just don't understand that scene. Like, why he didn't play anything? It's like, what did I miss?
But I can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be epic. June. So it's the month of my birthday. So I'm actually delighted in a way that it's out because I'll have something to look forward to. Because, you know, I think they drop it. I don't know if they're going to drop it all now. Are they going to drop it all, or will it be each week? I don't know. So we'll have to see.
I think they did it weekly.
Yeah, I don't mind weekly, I have to say, because it gives you that. Look, I do like I'm not going to lie. I do like the model of dropping it all at once and letting you decide when to watch it. But at the same time, with shows kind of like this, because you know they're going to be good, I don't mind waiting the extra week because it makes you more excited. So, but man, if that sneak peek is out to go by, and what a nice little thing for the team to do. Like everybody not knew it was coming out in March, and then he just came out straight and said, "Listen, it's not going to be out in March. We're basically it's delayed." And then all of a sudden he goes, "Well, because of that, I've got a little sneak peek for you." And then even the actor, that plays, I forget, Gordon, the actor that plays Gordon, goes, I just literally shit myself. He retweeted it. He said, I just literally shit myself. It looks, I'm telling you, man, it's Star Trek quality. That's the thing. It's Star
Well,
Trek
Star Trek
quality.
quality where the character
No,
is-
I mean it's Star Trek quality in original when they actually gave a shit about Star Trek. Do you know what I mean? They don't. This is gonna show up Discovery. It's gonna show up fucking Picard even. And even Picard, now I will admit Picard does look interesting, but I know what they've done. They've brought in back all the member berries to try win fans over. And I think now Whoopi has kind of ensured now that this
oh yes,
season, because she's in it, she's in Picard, and now our Commons now, unless they cut her out, but I think it's too late. So that's going to suffer because of her Commons, and if whoever's owns a Paramount, isn't it? If Paramount actually think like that, it's not going to affect that show or Commons. You know that they're in for a nice little surprise. You know because
well, it depends how much she's in it, I suppose, because she's basically, from what I gauged, she's just another member berry. So it depends how much she's actually involved.
yeah. Well, Guinan is an
Obviously,
interesting character, I have to say, in Next Generation. She always has, and then she featured in the movie, and that's where we learned a little bit more about her. Like, she is an interesting character, but I mean, look, do you know what? This is where I stand. I'm not getting into a big rant about who said what and this, that, and the other. Do you know what's happened? We've let these gobshites speak over the years, right? And I think they've forgotten what their job actually is. We need to be holding all of these actors and actresses account that keep coming out and talking all of this shit. You listen, at the end of the day, you're paid to act, right? We pay you by going to the cinema to watch a show, right? So we're the customer. And as the customer, I'm telling you, I don't want to hear your political beliefs. I don't want to hear about your gender beliefs or any of that other rubbish. You're there to act. That's your job. So do it. If not, get the fuck out of acting and go into fucking politics or become a fucking activist if you want to, right?
But you talking Doctor Who.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's gone. It's the end credits anyway. But you have to, you have to make a choice because I'm sick of this now, right? Keep your mouth shut. It's none of your business, right? You don't know. You live in your own bubble anyway, right? You've never had to fucking scrimp and save like the rest of us, right? You've always had fucking money, right? Maybe when you first started off, you were broke, but you don't know what that feels like anymore because you've been pampered and fucking pandered to all your fucking life. All right? So don't be telling me how to live my life and coming out with your bullshit. Oh, everybody, get off Spotify because Joe Rogan's on it. Right? And you notice it's all the has-beens that are actually coming off Spotify. None of the big artists are. It's all the has-beens because you know why? Trying to make themselves relevant again. Oh,
Get
poor
them in the
loves.
press.
Poor loves. Poor loves. Do you know what? He's got old. All right? His career is gone. That's not their fault. All right? That's Hollywood because they're stigma. But I'll be coming out now with a last desperate attempt to get a bit of fame and come out and say, well, if Spotify don't do this, they're going to remove your music then. Nobody gives a shit.
It's very simple. It's very simple. Any artist or any comedian that actively seeks censorship of another artist or comedian is not an artist.
Exactly.
They are fascists.
Yeah, and we're going to leave it there.
They are off the artistic roll call forever.
Yeah. But Lee is right. But we leave it there because I don't want to see he's right. We don't want to get into this. But I'm just sick of it all. Just everybody fucking chill. Anyway, let's get on to part 4. So is everybody in the chat ready? Please press 1. Press 1 for part 4. And I actually found it. I actually went back on the original site, and it's working perfectly now. This thing is temperamental. Yeah, it's like each week it behaves differently. It's like it's a fucking teenager. Anyway, there we go. We got ones. Charlotte, without further ado, do your countdown, love.
Yep. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Go.
Sharp you.
Woo! Woo, woo, woo.
Lee, just suffer. It will end in a minute. Just get through it.
Oh my god.
It's the best version you'll ever hear. Don't be criticizing. Right? I'm a pop star. Have manners.
Well, it could be worse. It could be singing a canolas.
Well, in fairness, you know,
That's
again,
the only bad part. Let's be honest.
in fairness, though, you know, again, he's the victim of Chris Chibnall's
Yeah.
desire to be inclusive without actually, you know, hiring on talent. Look, he's talented. Clearly, there is talent there. His music is not Doctor Who, though. That's the problem.
No, and it's like even some of his most recent, I'll give credit for.
Yeah,
it's been
it was a little
better.
bit better. Yeah, it was better, but he's not
Still
Doctor
not,
Who.
no.
No, that's his problem. Murray Gold got it. Yeah, Murray Gold got a little bit stale, I thought, but Lee doesn't. Lee actually thought he got better as he went on, which is fair
See,
enough. Different
I don't
opinions.
think it was stale. I think maybe he was a bit of a victim of his own success by the end because we all knew his theme so well. But by the
I think
time
he toned down his bombastic stuff and went much more for the music. Like, because I always thought it was overly dramatic, you know, and then I think he sort of managed to sort of tone it down and make it much more thematic in terms of making it more sort of atmospheric in a way, you know. Like, I think that's why I think World Enough and Time music is the best.
Oh, I haven't sent now.
I think
Shepherd song is it called?
This is Gallifrey was a good one.
Oh yeah.
See, I mean,
I love the theme for
every
Missy.
time
I love the theme with with Bill Potts Cyberman's coming out of the dark. You know.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
But what I was saying is that I think the problem was we got so recognized. It's almost his character themes more than anything got so recognized that we almost felt like he was repeating himself, and he wasn't. It was just we recognized some of his music so well by Peter's Run, and near the end.
I mean, he done well for Rose, Martha, and Donna.
Even Clara's theme's quite good.
Yeah.
Like it has that sort of story theme
Clara's
about
quite
it.
good as well.
The fairy tales sort of. Well, no, that's more Amy, isn't it? Like the sort of inquisitiveness you saw that Clara Weir sort of saying. No, you can see it there in that first series.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's more to me. I think if you notice the themes, it's not doing its job. It should be.
I'm completely different.
Subtle, you know.
I'm very emotional when it comes to music, so I like to have a theme that I can go, oh, that's Amy, like that's Clara, that's Donna.
Yeah, but with the early classic episodes, they never had a theme.
Oh yeah, it's very different. Classic music, era music is a different beast to Murray Gold.
I think the first theme actually came when Adric came on the scene. Because there wasn't a theme to Romana.
Oh right, I never even clicked yet. Yeah, that's interesting. That it was Adric of all the characters.
I know who you think he is.
Who?
Hold on a minute. Mike. What's his bloody name? Hold on.
It bugged me the first time I watched it. I was like, "Oh, you would make me think of someone."
He was in Game of Thrones, and he was in an 80s TV show. Oh God, hold on. I'll get it. Like, it's just trying to get the name.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Cheryl's in the room doing something. I heard a loud noise when I went in. She knocked the radiator off the wall.
Oh, sure, right.
Oh! You're asking if she's all right. She knocked the radiator off the wall.
Ian McShane.
Right, feck her. She's
Oi,
grand.
shush. Ian McShane.
Good for him. Congratulations.
That's not Ian McShane.
No, I
Ian McShane. Look at
I-
Ian. Look at Ian McShane, and then look at him, and then tell me they don't look alike.
I said the
Maybe
advisor
it's his
reminded
brother or
me of
his dad.
something.
Hey,
Could be stunt double. Ian McShane's stunt double.
Yeah, but anyway,
he looks
of
exactly
course
like Ian McShane.
Of course, if I asked if Cheryl's okay, that could hurt if you knock a radiator off.
Well, not really if she's using her brush and she's nowhere near it.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I thought you meant like she'd accidentally like knocked into it and had knocked
Oh
it off. or
no.
something like that.
She's cleaning the room. She's decided to clean the room at 9:30 in the night. She's cleaning the floor with a mop, and she must have hit off the radiator and knocked it off the wall. So she's been trying to put it back on the wall in there, and I was hearing loads of noise, and I was like, what the hell? So I better go in and check, make sure she is all right. Then I go in and see her trying to put the radiator on the wall.
This is quite funny, this scene though, when he's like, I'm what? Like, I'm supposed to be doing that?
He's such an amazing face, William Hartnell. It's all expressions all the way.
Yeah. And we've experienced another doctor that does that as well in New Who. So,
Yeah.
Oh no, it's an electric radiator, but it's actually screwed into the wires. Because she said, "Can we take it off the wall?" I said, "I can't. Sure, there's a plug there. I'm not going anywhere near electrics. It's not a traditional plug. You know, the switch you switch on the wall, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
wires underneath it. Yeah, so I'd have to get an electrician in to actually remove it."
Yeah.
I really like this scene here. It's really funny.
My dear Caesar Nero.
No, I do like how they tie it in to the actual historical event, which is the burning of Rome. Like, so, and they're sort of cheeky. This is what in our universe it happened because the Doctor did this.
Yeah. It's not the one time the Doctor's done that. In the future, the Doctor's quite
I
interfered
don't know.
with
It's
history.
like if by Doctor Who universe, the Great Fire of London was because of the
Yeah.
Doctor. And then and I remember watching that episode and going, "Oh, that's actually really bad if you think about the repercussions and what the Doctor's technically got on his like conscience."
Yeah, didn't they reference the fire in London again in the episode with Martha, where they go, the witch one, the Shakespeare episode? Didn't they reference it again there? I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did.
In what way? What, like the Doctor?
Visitation.
No,
I
that
think-
was the episode when they did the whole he started the Fire of London, but Noel's thinking in the New Who they've referenced.
Yeah, I think they have referenced it. I'm trying to think if it's that. I'm pretty sure it's that episode, or I definitely think it's David
I'm
Tennant.
trying
Actually,
to think of Shakespeare Code, and I like that one. I'm trying to think of the reference then if it's in it, because obviously there's all the references to the Shakespeare and the plays and all of that.
yeah. I could be wrong about the episode, but I know for a fact. I'll have to go back and watch again, but we will be watching the RTD era again. So
Yeah, but we've got a little while until we do that. We have got a whole other Doctor before we've not even touched yet, which is Peter.
yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. because I think his era is underrated. Oh, I think we're going to surprise ourselves when we watch the Peter Capaldi era again. I don't think
See,
people
I'm
are going to be
intrigued.
as critical.
Yeah, because I'm intrigued because I
Yeah.
can remember, and I'll happily say this. I remember really disliking Series 8. That was, I think, I had some of my issues with Matt's run near the end.
Yeah,
I can remember
Yeah.
Series 8 just thinking, what
I
are you
actually like
doing,
it.
Moffat?
I
Like,
liked it.
what
I
are you
liked
doing
it.
with the characterization of the Doctor? Why are you writing him like this? I had a proper,
Yeah.
rant.
Oh no, I get where you're coming from, but I think it was bound to happen eventually because if you look at the type of doctors that we did have, and there was only one route to go was to kind of have a darker doctor and see how it go. We thought we were going to get that with David Tennant. Like if you watch the Christmas Invasion,
Oh,
I
yeah.
keep bringing this up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Satsuma scene alone. You know, no second chances. That's the kind of man I am.
Yeah,
Like
but
that's the. I thought
I
we were going to get a no nonsense doctor, but we didn't with David Tennant. We got to see it in bits, all right, but he was more Jack the Lad doctor. So I mean, you know, and then with Matt Smith, he was more childlike. You know,
yeah,
so
with flashes
but
again.
I think that's where they did go wrong because, you know, you go from one extreme and then you bring in Peter Capaldi and then he's completely the opposite to what Matt Smith's doctor was. The younger fans are going to find it hard, and other fans did find it hard to make that
Oh,
transition.
God, I did,
That's
yeah.
why that phone call between Matt and Clara's doctor, when Matt's doctor rang Clara, you know, we remember that scene when in the Trenzler episode we saw the phone, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
says,
when-
I even said at the time before we'd even seen that, and I said he's after ringing someone there, so there's something going on there. We'll find out about that, and then we seen it in Peter's first episode. But that was Moffat's way of trying to get the young audience to come along because Clara was that young audience. To her,
Yeah,
that wasn't the doctor because she even says it.
The problem is, though, I think you could have gotten away with that reaction with any other companion. The problem was he made
Yeah.
Clara so important by that point and so linked with the Doctor's past that it made no sense whatsoever for her to reject Peter from the outset. I could understand if it was Rose, if it was any other
Yeah.
companion who'd got so in sync with their Doctor, even Amy, anybody else, but I was just like, you've literally gone into his timeline, love, and seen all his other versions. So you've seen an older Doctor plenty of time, but suddenly now you're rejecting it. So I think Moffat sort of shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you had kind of two because David Tennant, when he started off, was young, obviously, and then you had another even a younger doctor then in Matt Smith, and then you go and you do an old doctor. I think you are going to run into problems either way. But I do think Series 8 is very much underrated, and there are good stories in Series 9 as well. But for me, I think, for me personally, Series 10 is where Moffat got the balance right with Peter
Yeah, I agree
Capaldi's
there.
Doctor.
Yeah.
That was the best he done it. It's just such a pity that Peter didn't get to do a few more seasons. But in fairness, he probably dodged the bullet. But there you go. It's sad though.
Yeah, but
Well-
and I'll bring it back to Hartnell. Like, I think the
Yeah.
problem is with Peter. I think that this is, how do I word this? I do agree with you. I think New Who at a point really wanted to have, like you said, that no nonsense, that more stern, that less sort of charismatic, charming Doctor. They wanted to do that, but they seem to misunderstand how to do it because they seem to think, well, Bill Hartnell was like stern at times. Bill Hartnell would be a bit shouty, or he could be a bit no nonsense.
Yeah, but he also had that mischief nature
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's what I
Yeah.
would say. In Bill's Doctor, it's very much balanced, that harshness. Whereas I felt with Capaldi's first series, they didn't have enough of that little bit of light, that little bit of mischievousness or care. We've said this plenty of time with William's Doctor. You see a lot of care, whether it's Susan or Vicky or even Ian and Barbara, that sort of heart comes out. And I just felt in Series 8 they didn't have enough of the little moments that were a bit lighter with Peter, or a little, maybe lighter's not the right word. Like, to show a bit of heart now and again. I think that would have made the harshness go down a lot better. And I think that was the mistake they did with Peter in his first series.
Well, it was actually because that incarnation was chosen by himself for some reason, because when he visited Pompeii, and so was it Caecilius or something like that?
Yeah, no, it was the face.
The face.
Yeah.
It was because to hold him to account for the fact that
Yeah, so here's the thing though, the Super Doctor, do you not think using that logic...
He was a Christian.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they all were secret Christians, Lee, at that time. Yeah, but do you not think Super Doctor... I really can't speak tonight, real Super Doctor. With what you've just said, it's even more stupid that they played him so harsh, that first series. If he was meant to be the face, to basically remember to give people a second chance, to remember to not give up, to remember to always be kind and compassionate.
Hundreds of people dying. Yeah. Woohoo. Here we are watching it.
Oh yes, this is. And Vicky's like, "Wow, it's real history." And it's like, yeah.
By the way, this is historically not accurate because Nero A wasn't there, B wasn't responsible for the fire. He was actually called back. He came back and actually tried to help put it out.
Yeah, but we said he was a villain in history.
He may have been behind it, but he certainly wasn't there at the time. He was thousands of miles away.
No, but like we said, he was known as a villain and a not very nice person to put lightly. So
this is the problem with historicals. They don't age well, funnily enough, because as new information comes in, people have to rewrite the actual events. The more information is uncovered, and it's like, oh well, actually that didn't happen.
See, that's why I have always thought with historicals, it's a bit better if they don't focus it on an event, if they focus it on like a person, because you will never know everything about everybody in history in the past. Like, we'll know the main beats, but I always think they can get away with a bit more if it's a person than an actually documented historical event where we can go, no, that didn't happen like that.
It was actually Barbara.
Moment when she's like, yeah, of course, it was the other ones who hit you on the head.
Whose phone was that?
It's not mine. Yeah, this is flirting between these two. Convince me otherwise. It's like at school when like boys like torment girls they like. It's just
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah.
Bit problematic that now, isn't it?
well, she did just spent half the episode being chased by a fat bloke, so
He's not happy, is he?
Yeah, I think if there was a colorized episode or a story, I think it'd have to be the Romans.
Yeah,
nothing like great grapes to make you think that.
Well, I think also, Lee, it's got enough scope that it will look good, but it's not too big for them to be scared to colorize it. Just the right level of detail.
I know how you feel, Ian.
Oh.
Yeah. That's probably, if you think about it, like when Ian and Barbara went back to the 20th century, you could have probably sold that trinket.
Yeah, very
Made a
much.
fortune. Although we never saw him leave with it, so.
Uh-oh. I better go into the bedroom. I'll be back.
See what Cheryl's destroying now.
Yeah.
Drag down? To what?
Ooh.
Ooh. The web planet.
The web planet. The web.
The
I'm
web
in
planet.
The web planet. Which I think I'm going to be sick for those next couple of weeks.
So it is the surviving set of episodes that one.
Can we
I'm not
skip
really
the
keen
web
on the
planet?
web planet myself. It's just it's a bit kind of. I don't
Is
know.
that the one with like with the insects and half the episode is just beeps and whistles?
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Like the bloody.
Yeah.
Right, I'm back.
I mean, it's pretty to look at,
Weird
but
moth people.
yeah.
Right,
You want to
okay.
give it a miss?
Can we miss that one? Can we just skip that one and go straight to Space Museum?
Yeah, Space Museum.
What?
Where's
The web planet again?
Oh, we've already done the web planet. Well, we might actually just skip it, yeah. Right, let's get into this anyway. What you call it? I better wrap up soon before there's serious damage done. Now the wind blew a lot of shit over. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Don't even ask me what's going on because I don't know what's going on at this stage. I don't know. Right, let's do it anyway. Lee, we'll start with you first, pal.
Yeah, a good fun story. This one. It's a nice sort of light-hearted roll-up. Got a bit of grapering going on there almost, and a bit of gladiatorial stuff going on. It's very 60s stage stuff, obviously. So like some of the fight scenes are a little bit amateurish, but that that's part of its charm, isn't it? So you got really kind of two stories going on at once, haven't you? With Nero sort of in the middle of it, sort of connecting the two. But you got sort of Barbara and Ian's sort of separate low life kind of experience of Roman life, and the Doctor and oh god, what's her face? Sorry, Vicky. My brain's. I'm still not used to her yet. She and he are sort of living the high life, but also seeing the dark side of that with the poisoner and the conspiracies and. But it's amazing how they've managed to sort of keep separated, from each other in this, which is quite interesting, quite an unusual situation. And then you got the Doctor doing his lyre playing, and it's the Emperor's New Clothes sort of thing, where he's pretending to play it and not making it, but everyone's too polite to say anything because he's so powerful. But I still don't understand why Nero's just like, what the fuck? I don't know. That doesn't make much sense to me, but fair enough. Yeah, it's good fun though, isn't it? It's a nice little fun story. And it's not quite nice as well that the guy who was helping Barbara and all that, he was a Christian, and that's something you just won't see today. I'm not a religious person. I think it's quite nice to see a positive representation of something like that, which is simply not going anymore. I'm going to give the Romans a 7.5 out of 10.
Fantastic, Queen Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, watching this last week, I was struggling a bit near the end. And I don't know if it was because, for me, it in some breaths, it was obviously supposed to be this really almost camp, comedic, sort of over-the-top sort of story. Like Nero, we've said, like, they obviously are over, like, doing the silliness with him. They're still showing he was egotistical, he was very sort of control freaky, but it's a lot more nicer sort of view of what actually Nero was in history, but it suits the episode. But then in the other sort of breath, you've got the slave stuff and how Ian and Barbara sort of experience it and sort of showing the really dark side of that. So maybe that's what I felt a bit near the end, like I was struggling watching it because it just felt a bit too drastic differences. I almost think maybe they should have just gone full comedy and just gone full like farcical everything, or just on a more sort of realistic, well, not realistic, but slightly darker tale of Rome, which you could do in that time period. Like nothing, it wasn't the characters. Like I said, I really love Ian and Barbara, and like I said, in this, and you do sort of see there how much they value each other as friends because they panic and they get really worried for each other. And like when they are reunited, you do sense that sort of relief in the actors, and they play it brilliantly. The William, you can see he's having a really good time. He's enjoying being not as serious for once. He's sort of enjoying having a bit of fun with the Doctor, and we sort of said the mischievousness is really full on display here. The sort of trickery and the sort of having to play this part of Maximus and sort of always lying, and which is interesting to see when the Doctor does it. And I think William plays that really well.
And he's always one step ahead.
And it really does.
He knows exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and how he has to keep Nero on side, but he doesn't really agree with him, and that's interesting to see. I do think Vicky got quite a bit less to do, I feel like, in this story, but I suppose in the introduction story, a character's always going to have more to do, and she just felt a little bit sidelined here.
Well, she was playing the sort of more traditional, asking the Doctor questions sort of role, wasn't she?
Yeah, no, she was very. That's what I felt like. She didn't really affect a lot, and I almost felt like in that first story we saw of her, they were trying to do a slightly more like almost an actiony version of Susan, if that makes sense. Like, have the innocence, have the youth, have the connection with the Doctor, but be a bit more forthright and a bit more sort of active. But then just suppose she did have stuff to do with the poison lady and things, but I don't know, it just felt like she was a little bit like I And I do like the actress. Maybe that's why it sort of it sort of was clear to me watching it. I was like, oh, she's not been given a lot to do here. But yeah, no, it's not terrible. Like, it's not like one that I really didn't like watching. I just felt it got a little bit hard for me near the end. So I think I'll give this a 5.5 because and the sets are beautiful and the music's great. Like I said, I think it's just some of the story elements for me.
Fantastic. Real Super Doctor?
I think I would give this a 7 out of 10. I think it's a very enjoyable story. It separates the companions right throughout it, and the companions have their own part to play in it. And it's interesting because it gives them their experience of the Roman times and how it was, and for them you can see it through their eyes and that, and their experiences, and that. I think that's what these episodes intended to be. But it's also funny that it was the Doctor that started the fire, the Great Fire of Rome, and that Nero got the idea from that, and basically the companions came back together and that, and they went off into their next adventure.
Yeah, you mustn't, interfere with history and all this kind of stuff he's
Yeah.
saying, and at the same
Yeah.
time, he's the one sort of planting the seed for the damn thing.
Yeah, it's like the Doctor just cannot resist meddling about, and he finds it quite amusing because it's the results of his own interference and all that. And
Well, I think he finds himself at a point in history which is set, and because he finds himself where he is by events, that he has to fulfill that role in order for events to happen as they would have happened.
Well, yeah, and it's like, I think this story is a good example of the Doctor. He doesn't actively try and change history. Sometimes
become
it's
part of it.
happenstance, sometimes it's consequences. Like, he didn't know by setting the map alight that Nero was going to get the idea.
Or did he?
Well, I don't know. I think my reading, obviously, people can have different readings, is that was his way out of the situation. And it just happened.
Bearing in mind, like, the original Liar Player was murdered, who was going to, I think, assassinate Nero. So he had to fulfill the role of that character. So he knew the history. So he obviously had to sort of fulfill that part of history, which wasn't there anymore or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. No, blank space. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just thought you heard you talking, and I thought you'd be talking for longer because, like, you normally do.
Yeah. All right. Just stop.
Anyway, so that's everybody, isn't it? Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just me. Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 episodes, I obviously had a problem watching properly. It's the same with these 2 episodes, but what I seen of it, I enjoyed. So on that basis, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 because, like, as I said, I was skipping scenes because I needed to catch up. So, it's ridiculous when that happens because, the first 2, it was a mixed bag, I remember, but yeah, I hate when that happens. I'll have to figure something out so I can watch these without any interruptions. The Hartnell area obviously is a bit. So what we do next? What's the next episode?
It is Planet.
But we've already done that one. So what's
I
that?
don't think I could sit through.
So what's the next one? The rescue or something? Is it
the Space Museum?
Oh, the Space Museum. Okay. Roy, how many parts is that?
4.
Right, so it'll be two parts next week. Right, so the Space Museum next week, folks. We're skipping the Web Planet because we did actually do that a while back, if I remember.
And isn't it like a really long one as well from my memory?
Yeah, it's a really long one with not much happening. And it's like like all the way through it, and after a while your head sort of caves in a little bit. I mean, it's very pretty to look at, but let's be honest, it's it's a chore.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Menoptera as well. I think they get on my nerves, and the ants.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is a thing of its time. But like, let's be honest. Like, let's just go to the space museum.
So yeah.
No offense.
Tomorrow we're New Who.
Is it
What are we
Cold
on
War?
now?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
With
Cold
War,
War
yeah.
now. That's
Yeah,
Ice
basically,
Warriors.
it's alien in a submarine.
yeah. So if I remember, I said I liked this story, and I did, but I think some of you on the panel weren't feeling it too much. So be interested to see if people change their minds after watching it tomorrow. It is funny though, and I will say they
Yeah.
always seem to get an Irishman or a Scot to play a Russian. Sean Connery is another actor that's played a Russian. The Hunt for Red
With a
October.
Scottish accent. God,
They always seem to do it. It's either Scott. It's always a Scottish or an Irish guy that they can play.
Yeah, because you guys play the best villains or the best baddies, so we just keep casting you guys as baddies.
Yeah. I'm not too sure about the Russian accents now, but like, yeah, I do agree. But yeah, so interesting story tomorrow. So come and join us for that. And as I said, Monday we will be doing the Tarzan talk. So come, there's a good few articles that have come out this week, and I want to touch on some because some are ridiculous, and you know me.
Have you heard to someone said that there's a rumor going around that Jodie Whittaker is going to be leaving voicemails for the next actor to play the Doctor, and like what, offering advice? Really? I think you're the last person on the planet to offer advice on how to play the Doctor.
I don't think RTD.
I think it's bullshit, but
yeah, it's bullshit. RTD is not.
I think it's hilarious though. Like someone actually.
Yeah,
that was
I wouldn't be listening to any. Like, there's some rumors out there that are just absolutely look, and we have spoken about them. But remember, folks, a lot of people out there are taking all these rumors as 100% fact. You need to remember that's all they are right now. They're rumor. They're not fact at all. You will just have to wait until RTD is ready to come out and say what he needs to say. Simple as that. Right, we're going to do a quick channel shout outs, and then we're going to leave it at that. So we'll start with Charlotte first.
Yep, so catch me with Dan from the Spacebook and everybody on Thursdays. We just had our 50th show stream party thing last Thursday, so watch that one. That should be up. And then me and Daniel were on another little break, and then we're going to be back with our excellent conversations chill stream with Wendology. So we're really excited to get her on and have a chat with her.
Fantastic. Problem bang.
Yeah, follow me on Twitch twats at Being Problem, and my channel with my digital artwork on there is Aldred Audio Visual. I am accepting commissions, so if you want some work done for your channel or some other things, music videos, all sorts, let me know.
Exactamundo. Real super doctor.
I've got a real super fugitive doctor on Twitter, and I've got a YouTube channel under John Caligari.
Fantastic.
Also, I forgot to mention as well, I did a little talk with Jack Main on his channel, Drawing Jack Rabbits, all one word, Drawing Jack or Jack Rabbit. Drawing Jack Rabbit, one word. We did a couple of hours discussing RTD's era and the up-and-coming RTD era, so go and check that out as well on his channel. Go and like, share, and subscribe to his channel. Thank you.
Fantastic. We PD will put that in first. So yeah, we'll leave it there, folks. You know where to catch me, so I don't need to tell you again, but do catch me on the Irish Geek as well. If you like someone gaming, an Irishman ranting and raving about the games, cheating them, then that's the place to be. Right, we're going to leave it there anyway, folks. So we will see you tomorrow. Say good night, panel.
Good night, panel.
Good night.
Good night, panel. Good night, panel. Right. Good night, everybody in the chat. Thank you to all my panelists, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.